So there are two different ways to pull in devices. If you are on site and you have your interface plugged in and you have your equipment installed and powered up, you can choose to discover controllers and pull it in without having to even know what is out there. Otherwise, if you're working offline, you don't have your interface plugged in, you can go ahead and choose project device types. So this is going to let you pull in and curate some device types and put them into the spaces. So if we go down to manage, we get this window that is broken down into two halves. On the right half, you have your device database. So if you remember back up in tools where we chose to update database, this is the list that is updating. So you can choose to only display current device types, or if you uncheck it, it's going to include things like older firmware versions, equipment that we no longer make, a more comprehensive list in case you're at a site that is older and you're troubleshooting or adding new equipment. That being said, on the left side is the actual project device types. So the device types that you are going to use on this particular project. And you essentially just need to move whatever you want from the right to the left. So the ways to do this would be to either select your option, click and drag it over, or you can also double click on it and it will automatically pull it over. And you'll note that when you have a type selected, down in the bottom it will display an image of the unit and a brief description of what it is. You can also use the search bar to narrow down your list. So I know that I want to pull in an OWS. So I type in OWS and I'm going to select it, bring it over. And I also want a PTM. And I selected the wrong PTM, so in that case I can either click and drag it back over to the right, or I can just double click it again because I actually wanted the dual paddle. Once you have curated your list, you definitely want to hit the OK button. If you hit cancel or just hit the little exit icon, it's not going to save your changes. So definitely make sure that you hit OK. And now you have this list populated. That being said, it's just your possible options at this point. Nothing has been put into any of your floors, any of your rooms. It's just over here for you to start pulling over at this point.